Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, I'm Dean with Old English Outfitters, and today we're going to be talking about the Ruger American in 350 Legend. So like I said, what we have in front of us is the Ruger American in the new caliber from Winchester 350 Legend. This is a very nice rifle, but pretty standard as far as Ruger Americans go. It's got their proprietary accuracy trigger, their tang safety, and they have their 3-lug locking system on the bolt. This one happens to be in the magazine fed stock because, as we discussed in our previous video, the 350 Legend along with the 450 Bushmaster was designed to be fed through an AR. So you get this little detachable box magazine. I was able to get 6 rounds into it. So as of right now, I'm saying that's a 6-round magazine, but that's all I could fit. We did not test any 20-round magazines from an actual AR to see if they would feed properly, but we may do that later in the video. It has just your typical AR style magazine release, that push button that we've seen on a lot of those style of rifles. It is obscured by the actual stock itself because this is an insert that they use so they can keep one injection molding platform, keep costs down for you guys. I would like to see them do a little bit of a relief cut because it's very clear this is a full-size AR release button, but it's obscured by the actual stock here. So we just threw on a Vortex Viper 1-4 because, again, this was meant to be fed through an AR, so we figured we could put an AR scope on it. And this round is designed for 250 yards and in, which this scope does very well for that at its 4 power. So we're going to be using that for our accuracy test coming up. All right, folks, so today for our accuracy test, we're using Winchester 145 grain target ammunition. And we talked a few weeks ago about them keeping the price down for 350 Legend. This is only $11.99 for a box of 20 good full metal jacket rounds. Compare that to a 450 or 4570 you're paying at 30 or above $30 for 20 rounds of something you could use to set in your rifle. So they're doing a really good job of keeping the price down. We've already got 1 shot on target just to make sure we were sighted in. So let's get a nice shot group there and kind of see how she groups. Good shot. So this comes threaded for a muzzle brake, but I really don't think you need it. Just the shots that I've put down range are very light by comparison to that 450. Like I said, you really need to keep that muzzle brake on there just so it's bearable to shoot, because if not, it's absolutely slamming against your shoulder. This thing is stacking rounds. I like it so far. I might have to get one for myself. And the bolt was a little stiff to start, but it's loosening up quite a bit just as we use it. Oh, that was my fault. Bit of a problem with this magazine from Ruger. It's causing the bolt to hang up a little bit. It's feeding okay most of the time, and I don't know if it's just because the lips aren't worn in for the mag. It's a metal mag, but it seems to be catching a little bit, and it's causing it to hang up. You really got to slam it forward. We'll see if it quits after a few rounds. Heck yeah. All right, so that was a 5-shot group, and we are all dead center in the orange on that target down there. Let's get 3 more rounds to see if we can group it tight on the upper bullseye there. I'll load my magazine up here. So I'm liking it. I mean, it's a really good round just to start off with to shoot. I'm really digging the recoil and the accuracy we're getting out of it at what would be like a good hunting distance. I think I said before we're shooting at 50 yards just because that's what we have available to us, and that's a reasonable shot to take with a rifle like this. Now, it is good out to 250, I'm aware, but we don't have that kind of distance to work with here at our range. So it's getting really, really good shot groups. Like I said, these magazines, Ruger magazines, the metal ones, a lot of times you have problems with them. We're going to test here in a minute to see if we can get it to feed through normal AR mags, and if that'll solve the problem for us, because these metal mags have very sharp lips and they're causing the bolt to kind of hang up. With that 3-lug, it rotates one lug down and uses it to pick up the round, and it's kind of sweeping on the magazine and causing it to jam on me a little bit. So let's get another 3-round group here and kind of see how we do again. Yeah, as long as you don't baby it forward, it seems to go into battery quite nicely. Yeah, this thing is crazy accurate. All right, last round. See if we can keyhole this one. Heck yeah. All right, guys, we're gonna take a brief break. I'm gonna run and grab a 20-round AR magazine and just see if that'll fix the feeding problem or if it'll feed. So we'll be right back. All right, guys, so I went and grabbed one of my personal 20-round AR mags. This is a 5.56 Magpul PMag. I believe it's this is a Gen 3. So we're gonna see if this will feed. It does fit. It fits pretty snugly. It has a little bit of movement just like the Ruger mag does, but it does fit, and it does eject properly when the magazine release is touched. Now, I don't know. Yeah, it'll fall free. Not that that's a big deal. You're not going to be speed reloading your Ruger American rifle, but it will fall free. So that's a good indication of whether or not it's going to feed well through this. Let's actually put some rounds in it and see if they will feed reliably into the gun. Now, we discussed the other week that the 350 Legend is based off of the 5.56 brass. So in theory, this will stack just fine into an AR mag, and it looks like it did. The nose is acting a little weird of the actual bullet, but it's stacking in there good. We're gonna see if it'll feed into the gun. But let's throw that bolt open. Our safety is on. Stick this in here. All right, it's in. Let's see what we got. All right, we had a little bit of an issue. So it actually took a round, but because they're so tight in the magazine, it took another one with it and kind of pushed it up. So let's see if we can actually get one in there and then throw our mag in and see if it'll still feed. All right, let's take a couple shots with it and see what happens. Aiming back on the top bullseye there. Man, this thing is so accurate. All right, so it took that one good. A lot easier than the first round. Didn't catch two or anything. We're gonna aim for the top right bullseye in the top right corner of the target, that orange dot with a gray circle around it. Pulled that one just a quarter of an inch. All right, same problem as before, not nearly as bad this time. If you look in the magazine, the magazine has these built-in kind of, a forcing cone is not the right word, but these little nubs to force the rounds into place and make sure the noses are aligned. That works with 5.56 because they're necked down to take that smaller projectile, but these are not necked down, they're straight wall. So we're having a little bit of problems with those nubs forcing the rounds together, and the bolt will catch the front end of the one below the bullet you're trying to lead, or the cartridge you're trying to load in. So I'm not gonna say these will feed reliably. They're feeding, they're doing good, but they keep catching, like every other one, they'll catch that bottom bullet. So you may need to stick with the proprietary Ruger magazine, or find some that are chambered in 350 Legend. I know companies are trying to come out with them quick because this is already becoming a popular round. But right now, all we have is the Ruger mags and these Magpul mags. So we're gonna put one more round down range and then finish up. Let's go for that top right bullseye again, orange dot, gray circle. Man, same hole. Oh, we actually got one more. I'll be darned. Let's get this one off quick. Hold that one a little bit. Low left. All right, gun is clear. Leave that bolt thrown open, put the safety on. So I like this gun. I mean, I like the cartridge, but I like the Ruger itself. The only problem we have is with that magazine. Now, like I said, those metal mags break in. They had the same thing when they were giving out the 300 blackout magazines. They gave you a little metal one that was a Ruger mag, and you had some problems with it catching the bolt just because of the way the bolt is designed. Same problem here. Now, those wore in, but you don't want to have to wear in a magazine. It should be one of the most reliable parts of the gun. So I'm not too happy with the magazine, but that's a fixable issue. And like I said, people are making magazines already. This was made to be fed into an AR, so people are working on AR magazines and a little bit more high capacity ones, just because Winchester came out with this brand new bullet everyone's excited about for hunting season. I like this gun though. I mean, that's accurate as heck. We were stacking rounds on the orange dot, both in the center bullseye, the top bullseye. The top right one, those were my shots. I pulled them a little bit, but other than that, we were doing really good. This is a crazy accurate platform in the 350 Legend and in the other calibers. I mean, I've seen people make 1,000-yard shots, 6.5 Creedmoor out of a Ruger American with a simple scope. Part of that comes to the shooter, but this is an inherently accurate platform. I like it a lot. So I would recommend the Ruger American and 350 Legend for hunting season. It's very accurate, very light, and the recoil was super manageable. So I give it a double thumbs up. Guys, thank you so much for stopping by and watching this video. If you like what you saw, please like, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you again for stopping by. I'm Dean with Old English Outfitters, and we will see you next week.